WCCB News Edge with Morgan Fogarty on Charlotte's CW.
The Bowtie Bunny is in trouble. It hasn't made money in a decade. What will Playboy do, and what are they trying to cover up? You may want to think before you swipe right how social media apps could be to blame for a surge in STDs. And the debate over religious freedom and same-sex marriage continues tonight in North Carolina. Should magistrates be allowed to opt out of performing gay weddings? More lawmakers have formally agreed some North Carolina court officials should be allowed to opt out of same-sex marriage duties based on their own religious objections. A House panel agreed to give the option to magistrates and some registers of deeds employees, but they would have to stop performing marriage duties for all couples. The measure now needs just one more House vote before it goes to Governor Pat McCrory's desk. He has expressed opposition to the religious exemption idea, but hasn't said whether he would veto this. So our question of the night, should magistrates be allowed to opt out of performing weddings? Let's take it to our crew, the educators. Matt Harris from the Matt and Ramona Show on 107.9 The Link, WCCB News Edge contributor Ashley Anderson, and my favorite WFNZ Sports Radio host, QCB. Thank you for being here. Matt, what do you think? Should they be able to opt out?
Well, we're finding out some interesting news, first of all.
Breaking news.
Breaking news about how this works. But if it is part of your job to do that, you got to do it. You can't just say, you know, I couldn't say, I'm Amish, turn off all the lights. You kind of got to do what is your job.
We could do that for
you. Viewers would be
they would
very
like
happy
so much better
if you turned it dark. But if it is their job, you got to do it. That's just part of the deal.
I think there's two issues at play here. One, I think that even though judges can recuse themselves in cases of conflict of interest and other situations, I think when you've got this situation using a religion as an excuse, for lack of a better word, it creates a loophole that creates discrimination, frankly. And I think it could have sort of a trickle-down effect into other areas of government where gay couples need to be served.
By a special person.
Yeah.
Actually, 100% correct. It is just a form of discrimination in my opinion. Number two, look, stop trying to get a day off, okay? That's what all it's all about. The bike rider was just here. It's nice outside. I just think it's another ploy for these people working at magistrate and try to get a day off. Hey, if you're bored from night court, you got to be in there and say, all rise. You got to say, turn your cell phones down, the judge. Stop trying to get a day off. That's all this is a ploy to get a day off. They use it as an excuse, and I don't buy it.
So people are weighing in on Facebook and Twitter. Brian White says, no, they are civil servants performing civil, not religious ceremonies. Exactly. And I think that's an important differentiating factor.
And I also think that it's not against the religion to marry two guys. It might be against the religion, like they're against gay marriage.
Yeah.
But it's not. It says we're against gay marriage or we're against gay love or something like that. But it doesn't say it's against me marrying two gay people. That's not like
process.
the process.
The legal process.
It's not part of what they say they're against or whatever. So it's just.
There have been so many arguments about separation of church and state, and this is sort of a good example of why.
Right, because this is
why we like to have a separation. But then you've also got to think about there are plenty of religious people, devout Christians, other religions who have to reconcile what they do at their job with their faith. I mean, perhaps there are
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts.
I mean, look what we're seriously. The Boy Scouts just last week, the president saying we have to learn to adapt to the world that we live in, not the world that we might want to live in.
Right, where somebody works at CVS and they're against giving out the birth control pill.
Or Applebee's, and they don't
medicine.
think you should be drinking, and they're serving drinks to people.
You either don't work there or you do, you deal with it.
It's like the episode of Seinfeld when Kramer didn't want to go along with the breast. That's when he stole the baby. That's all it is. But that's the world we live in, and if that's what you're going to do, don't try to use this as a ploy to take a day off.
At CLT Wine Club, WHINE, not WINE, says doctors can't refuse to treat people, so how can magistrates refuse to marry people?
Thank you.
That's
but the doctors took an oath.
Do no harm.
Which is different than a magistrate's not taking an official oath.
One copacetic cat says, they're government employees, not clergy. Do your job or find a new one. So it seems like the majority of you are saying out there in the cyber world, the intraweb, that you do believe that these folks should perform their duties, all of their duties, regardless of their own personal beliefs.
Real quick, our panelist John Snyder says judges can refuse to hear cases already, so there is already a precedent.
It already exists.
Yeah, it already exists.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
we'll
We'll
follow
see if
this.
Governor McCrory signs it. We'll see if it passes the next hurdle and then gets to his desk and what he does. Nudity was revolutionary when Hugh Hefner launched Playboy 62 years ago. Well, not anymore. So Playboy's strategy is changing. Go digital minus the raunchy stuff. Last year, Playboy.com relaunched as a safe-for-work site. Check out this Gamers Next Door video shoot. There's barely any skin. The girls are fully dressed. And even though the magazine is a money loser, yeah, the magazine doesn't make money, Playboy says it's not going anywhere because it's an ambassador for the brand. Will this strategy work? I mean, frankly, you see more provocative photos now, even in GQ. Like the cover of GQ has women who are scantily clad.
Or like Self magazine
Self
or
magazine,
Women's
yeah.
Fitness or whatever details. Yeah, it's going to work because nobody needs to go to Playboy to get nudity anymore.
Right.
Because there's basically just some boobies and maybe a little cha-cha-cha. And so they, you know, we can find that.
God, your poor daughters.
You can find that,
The
like,
technical term.
I've heard there's something called Pornhub and...
Research.
He's heard.
Q is like just started choking over there.
That was
You got my
Perry.
credit card number?
That was Perry who started choking.
Perry did. Red tube. I mean, there's things
Okay.
I understand
We
where you
get
can
it.
go.
Thank you.
And you can get it free.
Okay, we don't need to advertise. I mean, are they paying for our show tonight?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping they'll pick it. Well, they're free anyway, you know.
Hey, this is this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Playboy, you know, people say, oh, I only go there for the articles. And a spokesperson for Playboy said, you know, it's always been about the articles. And so that's what people are going to the website for now. I disagree that it's always been about the articles.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps they can push that end of their business now. It is still a brand, though, that we have
Yeah,
to...
Sure
I mean,
is. Yeah,
it's
come on,
really,
man. We
honestly,
need it.
it's iconic. Playboy is iconic in America.
Yeah.
Teenage boys need Playboy magazines. I wouldn't have got through my teenage years without it.
With the centerfold.
All of
Yeah.
that. I mean, let me tell you something,
I don't
man.
think teens need Playboy. I
No.
think they're with there are
cell
so many
phone.
other options. Yeah, exactly.
But wouldn't we rather, I would rather them have a Playboy stuffed under their bed than
because
go
it
online.
seems quaint.
Yes.
It does seem quaint. You're right. It does. It does.
It's a Playboy. Instead of,
cute.
oh, God, what were you looking at online?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but if Playboy's going online, don't take the nudity away from it. You can't do that. I mean, that's like going
They
to church
have.
with
They're
no
trying-
Bible.
They're trying to
Go
make
to
it
church
safe.
with the Bible.
They're making it safe for work.
Yeah, although
So we can all look at it at work now.
safe for work is ridiculous. I can imagine explaining to my boss, what are you looking at there? Playboy?
No, it's the safe for work
Yeah.
version.
I had to do Playboys because my blow-up doll wouldn't fit under my bed. I can't.
Okay. Q, are you on Tinder? If so, you may
No.
want to think twice before you swipe right into a lover's arms. Why the dating app could give you a burning sensation and
Whoa.
not in a good way. Topic so hot, they only get 30 seconds each. First up on Edge on the Clock, Khloe Kardashian stirring up controversy again after posting this photo of herself wearing a nightcap. Haters are accusing her of wearing it as a fashion statement and not out of respect for the culture. Other people are saying, why is it okay when Khloe wears something like that? It's beautiful and it's edgy and it's sexy, but when the average woman were to wear something like that, it's controversial and perhaps she's discriminated against even.
The more Khloe Kardashian you cover up, the better off we all are. It's a very simple answer to that. I think people are getting a little too uptight. She was over there. She dates some Muslim dude, and she's in that part of the world.
Rick Fox, I think, right now.
No, she was.
French Montana.
French Montana.
Yes, that's who it is.
Montana.
French
Yes.
Montana.
Yes, that's right. That's right. And he's a Muslim, right?
But she's dating Rick Fox now.
No, she's dabbling in Rick Fox. They're just dabbling. Maybe that's why she's hiding her face. Maybe nobody will recognize me. I was out with Rick Fox last night. You may feel a little burning sensation. You mean you love her. But you're not supposed to get this hot and bothered. Dating apps such as Tinder are fueling a rise in syphilis, the gonorrhea, HIV in Rhode Island. That's according to the state health department. The reason people are arranging casual sex encounters and not using protection.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me. Tinder, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm sort of out of the age group for Tinder, but it's a hookup app, right? I mean, you're not
That's
like
finding love.
meeting people.
You're not out of the age group. You're out of the marital status group.
Well,
Oh, yeah. Well,
thanks, Ash.
Single.
if
yeah.
the
Of any
screen
age.
name is like Herpes Harry, don't slip, swipe
right.
Or like Genital Warts Willie. You don't want to swipe right on him either.
You are Father of the Year, aren't you?
I don't have to sit for the gun anymore. I mean, never.
Dust off the boombox and whip out your old Walkman, and those are not euphemisms for anything, because people, cassette tapes are back. Record label companies say cassettes are cheaper, more portable, and have a nostalgic appeal for bands and buyers. In fact, Metallica recently released its 1982 demo tape, No Life Till Leather, as a limited edition cassette. And Weezer just offered its latest album in cassette format. How could it be cheaper? You have to go buy a cassette player.
That's right. If you don't have the cassette player, like if someone came to you, Jeremy, your husband comes to you and goes, I made you a beautiful mixtape. What the hell's supposed to play this, you loser? And you'd wing it at his head.
Yeah, right at his neck.
Yes, right at his neck. Wow, you're getting very violent in your pregnant age. Yes.
I'm allowed to at 9 months.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I think it's ridiculous. Remember, the cases would crack, and you know, and then the tape would come out the bottom.
Nostalgic about it. I remember sitting there with a boombox, listening to Regulators, rewinding it, writing down the lyrics, rewinding it, writing down the next lyric.
I was more of a rock steady kind of guy.
Yeah?
No, not really.
Well.
A
19 Kids and Counting spinoff may be spawned as TLC wades through the Duggar drama. We'll tell you who would be in the shows, and you tell us, would you watch?
'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey, now we got
Champ in the newsroom.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
In celebrity edgity, just when you thought there were no twists left in the Duggar drama, this. People magazine is reporting that a spinoff of 19 Kids and Counting may already be in the works at TLC, one focusing on the families of newlyweds Jill and Derek Dillard and Jessa and Ben Seawald. Last week, TLC pulled all episodes of the show from scheduled programming after allegations Josh Duggar molested girls as a teenager. And this picture is making the rounds on social media, showcasing a marriage proposal at a wedding. It may look like the bride is crying tears of joy, but perhaps that's just the look of anguish and rage.
Yes.
The photo is stirring up debate about whether it's appropriate to pop the question at someone else's big day. Ashley?
There's a question?
I know.
N-O, never.
Terrible.
Terrible. That bride is going to go bridezilla on them.
That's what the guy set it up. Not the dude set it up with his buddy. That'd be awesome. You do that, man. You go ahead and do it. And the wife is stabbing him in the leg.
Yeah, instead of that first slice of the wedding cake, go slice her. That's what I heard.
And then, like, does the professional photographer that the couple has paid for capture that moment, the engagement moment, and then you get free engagement photos out of it also?
Sure.
I mean, the whole thing is, like, sleazy all the way around.
It's like you don't die at someone's funeral. That's their day.
Exactly.
I mean, you finna have a baby, so I'm finna scroll my girl in there and have a baby beside you and use your doctor.
No, I'm gonna get next to her and start making a baby next to her while she's having a baby.
I love if you look at the picture. I don't know if we can pop the picture back up. But he's in front of the bride's table going down on one knee, and he's put his beer down in front of the bride, like, here, can you hold this a second? I got something important to do.
Yeah, well, they can have your priorities. That's all right.
I think that's
And as
crazy.
the girl that he's proposing to, she's like, oh my God,
Wait,
you are making a really bad choice right now.
Well, she looks like she's upset.
No.
She like she's upset it's not a cheeseburger he's offering her.
QCB.
She did.
Tremaine Sloan.
Whoa, now wait a second.
Not getting serious.
I got warrants. Easy.
That
You can't get my government name on TV like that.
We'll be right back.
I'm WCCB News at 10 anchor Will Kennedy with tonight's Last Chance headlines. Authorities are investigating a double shooting in Catawba County. The sheriff tells WCCB Charlotte a man shot two brothers who were busting out the windows of his car. Those brothers are in surgery. No bond tonight for the suspected getaway driver in the murders of a well-known Lake Wiley couple. And the U.S. military may have accidentally shipped live anthrax samples to labs in at least 9 states. The Carolinas are not among them.
Shower chance.
Thank you, Reg. The 2015 Scripps National Spelling Bee is going on right now in Maryland, and it's A-W-E-S-O-M-E. What's better than watching nervous, brilliant youth standing on the stage battling it out for the bee? Our very own spelling competition on the edge. All right, agitators, you're just going to get one word. Matt Harris, spell molecule.
M-O-L-E-C-U-L-E.
Correct. Ashley Anderson.
Be nice.
Spell poco curante. May I
have the etymology of that. What is the...
Italian is the root.
Okay, say it again.
Poco curante.
Poco curante. P-O-C-O-C-H-I-R-A-N-T-I.
Wrong.
Are you pronouncing it right?
Yes. Could be a problem.
QCB, Tremaine.
Yeah.
Okay, hydroponic.
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 H-Y-D-R-O-P-A-N-I-C.
No.
One letter off.
Matt Harris wins the spelling
He
bee.
spelled molecule. He spelled molecule.
Oh, come on.
Molecule.
Stay with the curve. We have to give Matt a little help. Thank you for watching The Edge. Get ready for your day
I'm
with
gonna beat a kid from
WCCB
India
News
with that.
Rising from 4:30 until 9 a.m. We'll see you back here tomorrow night for
I wanna
WCCB
see
News
that.
at
I wanna
10.
see
Let me
that.
give you one more word, Ash. Laodicean.
What?
Laodicean.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Hey, Fantasia can spell it.
W-T-H? Is that how you spell it?
Whey, like a milk.
W-H-E-Y.
Yes, Ashley's got one.
every
I'll give you a word.
Tussle.
That was way good.
Yeah, what's your word?
Spell placenta.
Tussle.
P-L-A-C-E-N-T-A.
Now drop it.
You're so sick. Good night. Thank you for watching.
Night.
See you.